Yeah, we got a lot going on this morning, y'all. Listen, very, very interesting one. This UK rapper TR Trizzy arrested by the feds. A lot going on. I got a video to show y'all for that. We also going to take a look at some of the articles going around about him. You got Yella Beezy. Remember, he's hit with the murder for hire in Mo3's case. That trial is coming up. We got LeBron James trolling Drake. Is this anything new to us? We'll still take a look at it, see if there's anything new that we want to add a take to related to that. Is it lame? Is it corny at this point? We'll see. We got Joe Budden's podcast on pace to make $20 million this year. Some of the grassroots of that type of income, his Patreon. We saw that post that he leaked the other day. Well, actually a couple weeks ago. I want to talk about that for a second too. We got some other news that's not even in the title. You see in the thumbnail, you see people like Brittany, Renner. Got a couple more topics that we're going to jump into. Also some true crime. We're going to do our guilty, not guilty in trial verdicts as well. But starting off, let's jump into this feds arrest UK rapper TR Trizzy. All right, let's bring this up. Some of us may not know this guy too well. I've seen his name come across multiple times, and I've also seen him on Instagram before. Shout out to Checks and Balances, even for this post right here. And you know, it's definitely going to catch a little bit more eyes when you're opening up bank accounts with the name Marlo Stanfield, right, attached to it. Federal authorities allege UK rapper TR Trizzy opened a JP Morgan Chase account under alias Marlo Stanfield. hold on for a second. Under alias? So is that a fake ID? Is that fake address and all the credentials that you need to open up a bank account? He went and got all that done as Marlo Stanfield? Well, whoever the banker is that sat down with him and opened up his bank account obviously did not watch The Wire, right? But if he really, like, you could have an alias attached to an account, right? Like my real name and then I don't know. But Marlo Stanfield, dude, you's better off just putting the money under the fucking bed or in a safe. Or if you got all this money going around, just build a safe room. I know a lot of people don't like to keep cash in the house. You know, you try not to shit where you eat or anything like that. You make your house and where you lay your head a target. But if you got nothing, no other option other than I can't have my name on nothing, but I got to be the one to be able to walk in here and actually withdraw my money, you got to have a better option than just going with Marlo Stanfield or fucking Avon or John Gotti. You got to have a better fucking option. Build a safe room, B. Build some shit that nobody could get into. But anyway, all right, so opens his JP Morgan account under the alias Marlo Stanfield. According to unsealed federal indictment documents, investigators claim a financial review into an individual named Samuel revealed no legitimate income and substantial cash deposited tied to alleged illegal activity. A JP Morgan Chase account was reportedly opened under the alias Marlo Mayowa Stanfield, a name referencing Marlo Stanfield, a notorious fictional drug kingpin from the HBO series The Wire. The account was allegedly linked to information from Samuel's UK passport TikTok clip. So it's linked to your passport. Interesting. Yeah, there's all types of laws they're getting you with there. With that, just that bank account, all types of shit, charges. I should say you're getting hit just with that. But let's check this video out. When we talk about the type of money this man was spending, y'all see him in the thumbnail, the big picture next to the private jet, and then the beautiful landscape background. That's one of his mansions that's on display there from social media. And the private jet pictures of him is just like, oh man, you can find 100 of them on social media. Just Google the guy. But check this video out. Let's get a little bit more of a backdrop of what he had going on. A lot of money, got to give it to him.
Things are not looking good for TR Trizzy at all, who has been arrested in America for essentially distributing meth and was refused bail. No freedom. US Marshals hold TR Trizzy on meth conspiracy. This has been posted by Opinionated UK, a platform that are very early on stories often, and I haven't seen anything yet that they was wrong about. There's limited information online right now. A Puncho, another guy that used to cover a lot of the UK rap stuff, now is big on American crime, posted up a thing saying US drug raised net $10 million in crypto linked to notorious Mexican cartel officials. Did say it's interesting, unsure if this is linked to the TR Trizzy case, and we reach out to people. It says US drug enforcement seized more than 10 million in cryptocurrency linked to the Mexico's cartel during raids They also netted massive quantities of drugs, said on Tuesday. The cryptocurrency seizure in Miami was part of a nationwide operation. 44 million fentanyl pills and 4,500 pounds of fentanyl powder and nearly 65,000 pounds of methamphetamine since January, the Justice Department said in the statement. As more information comes out with that case, we'll find out if that is the direct one linked to TR Trizzy. If this good source is reported that he's getting no bond, that is a very scary situation in America. With these kinds of drug conspiracy charges, you could be looking at a different kind of sentence. This guy hasn't been active on social media from what I can see on his Instagram for a while. Not too sure about his Snapchat, but the arrest date was the 07/15/2025. It was literally a couple of days ago. Limited information on the case right now, but many of you guys are probably wondering who is TR Trizzy. So let's get into it.
Today, Trizzy's taking delivery of his brand new car. It's one of one, top life edition. He did it up just for him. So
Nice.
You ready for it?
Nice custom.
Bow.
Damn! Yes, sir! Woo! Look at that. What do you think?
Beautiful.
TR Trizzy is a rapper out of the UK. Hasn't been the most consistent over the years, but when he drops, he gets decent numbers. One time I was asking on my Instagram who is the richest UK rapper. People saying Stormzy, there was debating it, and many people were saying TR Trizzy.
Yacht to your house. You stupid or something.
Nice little yachts. Bundles and bundles of money you're sleeping with. Nice.
Chop
Ooh.
life. Do you not get it?
Nice.
Stars in the roof.
And out of nowhere, there was a situation where he was providing some sort of crypto calls, and many people had said they were scammed by it. He cleared up the controversy in an interview with Members Talking Only, but he left the UK. He had a bunch of money, was now living a high life in America, and he was actually asked about this on an interview. There was mixed opinions about the whole crypto group and the scam situation. Some people say if you pay to join a group and he loses money, then that's your fault. You pay to join, it's not a guarantee. And other people said that he chopped many people, and he was embracing it by saying chop live. This guy was getting into all sorts of madness with the police and was catching cases. There was a video that went viral from his Snapchat where he was getting surrounded by them and pulled over.
Because of your previous, I'm going to ask you to exit the vehicle.
What's my previous?
Well, you've been involved in a lot of shit.
No,
Okay.
I haven't been involved
Can
in
you give me the
nothing.
car keys? All right.
Yeah, but what? I haven't been.
If you give me the car keys, get in the vehicle. I've got no grounds at the moment to search you.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can work on that at the moment, but we
Yeah.
may build grounds to that. Cool. Thanks, mate.
Like I said, he addressed the issues of why this guy ended up moving out of the UK on the Members Only network. Conversation with Risk Taker.
Spoke about friggin' living in Dubai and that, yeah. Like, was that the when you went to like? Why did you go to Dubai? Basically, why did you go?
But it's a long story, but so I was in the UK and just living like my normal life, whatever. And then I had a apartment in Battersea. Now, furthermore, so I came out when I was 23, and I had a case from when I was in jail, and it stayed with me for like 2 years. And then I finally went to court, and they put me on tag for like a year. So I've just got my new apartment, and I'm thinking, perfect, I'm just gonna chill off there on my tag, whatever. So all my people will come and check me, and then what happened now? Yeah, one of my like close stars is always coming. One day he's left my yard,
Space.
and bam, never heard nothing. Like a couple of days, and then word, like, you know what I'm saying, man, that's passed and whatever. So I'm like, raw.
A wild story is TR Trizzy explaining how he took a massive L and got robbed for 2 million. He said, I can't lie, 2024, people are going to think, how's he doing this? All just from what they see. You don't see the work behind the scenes. I always tell man, sometimes you got to step back into reality and take a step back from the lit life and bullshit and focus. Took a man L last year. My house cleaner chopped me for 2 million. I was on a plane when my neighbor told me I nearly passed out, lol. She went back to Mexico and set up the life. That would have finished bare, man, but we built different. I had two choices, cry like a waste man or go ham the next day. I was outside putting on a brave face, even though it was killing me inside. I got mortgages in other countries, businesses. You think I can say, yo, I took an L, allow me this month? No. Everyone's got a story and no one's coming to save anyone.
You put on your snap recently, yeah. Someone pray on me. I saw you put basically that fucking. Oh, sorry, bro. I saw that you put basically your cleaner chopped you for 2 mil, bro. How did you? When I saw it, I was like, 2 mil, bro. I don't know how she got away with that. How did she, obviously, it wasn't cash, surely.
Nah, some cash, some watches, and dumb shit. But that was my fault though. Like, I remember I was in New York, and then I must have hit her like, yo, I'm coming back Saturday, so I need you to clean my yard for like on Friday. So when I get back, my people, it's fresh. But normally I don't let her go in without me. But I said, you know, it's what it is. But I remember I was on the plane, like just landing. Like, I was actually landing. I remember the person saying, yeah, probably landing, whatever. And so that's when your text start coming through.
Back, yeah.
My neighbors texting me, like, your door's open, you know. I'm like, huh?
So yeah, we've got TR Trizzy right now in a situation where he has been refused bail. It said on that sheet, bond amount 0. I'm not sure they made him an offer. They put some ridiculous price tag. Some rappers be paying 100,000, 200,000, even more if they know you've got money. One time this guy had said that he is the richest rapper in the UK, but only made 4K from music. And let's just be real here. The lifestyle this guy was living, people had him on Snapchat or whatever for the motivation. Numerous cars outside his property, just stuff where you can't really fake it. He was doing it day to day. This guy definitely has some serious money. It'd be interesting to see if the US court want him to prove where he was financing this lifestyle. 15 years and upwards, I'm seeing for Miami stuff related to meth, if it is true the stuff they've arrested him for. And he can go a lot higher if it is large quantities and he has a massive role. And if it is that situation, a similar case and similar timing to when he was arrested, the Miami situation, that is linked to the cartel. This could be a very complicated case to break down. Definitely will be more videos on this situation. I'll keep you guys posted. So stay tuned to the channel.
Wow. What I'm searching in the background, we could take this down. What I'm searching in the background is how do you compare legal? Because I always hear that meth is like one of the strongest drugs in the world, right? As far as its effect and its addictive nature. How do you compare legal punishment received for meth? Let me just put crystal meth just in case. Crystal meth compared, well, crystal meth to other drugs. I'm just curious. The legal punishment for crystal methamphetamine is generally harsher compared to many other drugs, especially for manufacturing or trafficking offenses. The severity depends on, of course, the jurisdiction, the type of offense, the amount of drug, prior offenses, but they lean on it heavy. And I remember always hearing that shit. I really do. All right, let's pull up his social media. Let's take a look at the man's, what do you got going on? All right, this looks like the same page that they just mentioned in that documentary. It looks real because it's got 641,000 followers and it's verified. Okay, official _ TR Trizzy. Mean. All right. Nothing going on here. Nothing too crazy, right? This could be just a vacation pic or something like that. If I post a picture like this, don't come for me, right? Please. All right, jewelry could be real, could be fake. Never know. Not a big deal. Feds don't come for. Oh, hold on now. Hold on. If these watches are real, we recognize some of these watches, and keep an eye on the chop life consistency. Chop life. He's wearing the rings. He posts on his social media. They showed the post where he said something about he got chopped for $2 million. Right? Meaning I got taken, I got scammed, I got robbed, I lost. He's wearing the rings once again. Even the interviewer asked him, like, Martin said you got chopped for $2 million, and then he explains what happened to the $2 million. So clearly there's a lot of proof of what chop life means. This was like one of his mottos: chop life this, chop life that. So if he has all this stuff talking about chopping people, they already got evidence saying that when you refer to this, you're talking about scamming or taking from people. And you already left the UK allegedly after getting caught in the middle of a scam, right? A crypto scam. But him even promoting chop life, watch how much that comes up in his fucking trial. Chop life. These damn 4-finger rings. Good job. All right. Looks like good property. Looks like real nice property. See a little bundle of cash on the floor. Okay. They might ask about that. Okay. Nice blinged out jewelry. Once again, real, fake, nice. You don't have to be a billionaire to get jewelry, right? All right. Oh, private jet, chop in front of it. Oh, y'all taking over the gas station, grayed out vehicles. That's also in pictures at your property, huh? Looks like the Maybach, the Lambo, the Rolls, and all that. Oh, a lot of cash in the Maybach on the passenger seat. Okay, Scarface. The world is yours, blimp, huh? Okay. All right. Chop life. Is this your property?
We can go M for M. Put a mill for the Maybach.
Okay. Chop life. Rings once again. All right. This is allegedly what? Your property. It's a nice property in the background. Here goes these gray cars once again. So you like gray. All right. What's this? Cybertruck. Not a big deal, right? So it seems. Don't want to go too crazy, but oh man, more behind it. This is starting to feel like Umi with the Hellcat. as far as social media and what you're showing, just different ways of how you guys got to this bag. Only with the Hellcat was, you know, the whole piracy and that thing. This guy Chop Life, they're saying meth they hit him with, right? What do you got going on? All right. All right. Let's just glance the rest of his social media real quick. Beautiful looking property. Right. Nice watches, big watches, private jets. There goes those gray cars again. Yeah, a lot of lavish life on the, all right, gift for the lamb truck. A lot of bent in the background. A lot of lavish life on the Instagram. Moral of the story. Uncle Sam, not only do they want their cut, like, if you got a picture, if I really believe that that picture right there is $200,000 and your reported income is $4,000, top of the year, first quarter, when everybody's reporting their taxes, even if you're not selling crystal meth, I want my part. This is where audits start happening and whatnot, and sometimes investigations, right? It's like, I see all this money around you, but every time I get my taxes filed from you or your taxes filed, I'm getting peanuts. You sending me $1,000 or claiming $1,000 income. So where is all of this shit? All this off the books, like the properties and the cars, like, I want my piece. And that's just surface, because if you're legitimate, then oh, my bad. My accountant fucked up my taxes. My tax man messed up. Let me cut you this check. I owe you a back $1 million or $2 million. Let me cut you that check. My bad. It happens. Legitimate mistakes on your taxes, right? But to absolutely know that, no, I'm not making my money legally. I'm making it illegally. I'm allegedly selling crystal meth. I'm allegedly doing crypto scams. I'm allegedly scamming people. I'm running around performing Chop Life. How the fuck are you? The Instagram, to me, isn't even required to make your money. Okay. Now, some people, they use social media, and that's a part of the business, the promotion and whatnot. Okay, cool. I get it. But if you sell, when was the last time y'all heard of crystal meth rings or ties into cartels? Allegedly, they mentioned that in the documentary, that you also needed social media to actually push your product. Like, did we see any social media, Instagram posting and shit in Breaking Bad talking about crystal meth? The fuck? But to show Rolls Royce, Bentley, Maybach, lamb truck, mansions, private jets, you got people that make legitimate money that do interviews all over the place talking about, man, I don't know how y'all niggas be flying private all the time. You got to be in the echelon of like Drake and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Rihanna. You got to be in those people, they be just owning their own planes and shit, right? But to fly private all the time, y'all remember the interview of like people like Method Man, who's a star, he made a ton of money, multi-millionaire. He broke down on MEO with Mav about flying private. He's like, yo, where these rappers getting all this money to fly private all the time? I can't do it. I can't. Hell no. It's a lot of fucking paper. So flying private, you're showing that, the mansions, the cars, and you got $4,000 reported on your fucking income. Social media shouldn't even exist for you, because this is one of, not only are they're going to use this as evidence in your trial, but this is sometimes how they even get on to you. AR Ab was another one. They said one of the turns that people started looking in his direction is when he posted that, what was it, like $250,000 or something like that. AR Ab, from what I remember, he had a bet with Baby. He won the bet with Baby. Baby paid him like $100,000 or something like that. And then a whole bunch of internet gave him shit talking about, you showing that money. You only got that money because Baby gave it to you. And that tweaked his nerve. That got under his skin, that the internet was saying you broke without Baby, or that's money Baby gave you. So he does another video, if y'all remember what I'm talking about, and it's got like more than that laid out on the table, and he's get typical AR Ab shit. Like y'all think that this is rap money? This ain't no buy. I extort people. I do this. I get it from the street and all this. And it's like, really? Looks like real money to me in this video. Let's start investigating. The hush puppies of the world, the TR Trizzies of the world, dude, if you're doing something illegal, what? And it's not just rappers, and it's not just urban culture. It's not just hip hop culture. It's not just black people. You can go back to the Italians. Okay. John Gotti got a lot of flack from his own team for being out there, for having the multi-$1,000 suits and being a media darling. And like the mafia thing was supposed to be quiet, right? He was more so front street, and he paraded himself around as Teflon Don, and he marveled in the media a little bit. And he was an attractive guy as far as what he had going on. His presence was loud. The mafia had issues behind that. No, art imitates reality. It was depicted in Casino. Nikki was Nikki and the rest of the team. They were mad at Ace when he had to kind of take a step off of the managing director job, but still to remain active within the casino. He took the TV role. Remember when Nikki was like, you wanted to be on fucking TV. Like you could have did the chef job or whatever, just to be around and be quiet. You wanted to be seen, motherfucker. It's no different here. It's no fucking different. You just need the world to know you got it like that. There already is a lot of dangers in posting everything to the world, right? But if you are posting things that look like they are very, very hard to obtain, i.e., frequent private jet trips, at least be getting legal money. Don't be having $4,000 reported on your fucking taxes. We call that around here self-snitching. And a million laws being broken all the way back to you opening a fucking JP Chase account, a JP Morgan Chase account under the name Marlo Stanfield. Genius. Genius stuff. I want to keep following this trial though. And the reason why it's real interesting to me, checks and balances for us to stay on top of, is they mention ties into the cartel. Let's be real. This much money that he's flaunting and he's showing doesn't come from a bag here, a bag there, crystal meth. He might have been involved in something big. Okay. So I'm curious. All right, let's move along. So we're set to start November, it looks like. Mo3's murder-for-hire trial involving Yella Beezy. Right, let's take a look at this. What do they got captioned here? What do they got? 5 years after Mo3's passing, the trial for the alleged murder-for-hire plot involving Yella Beezy is set for this November. All right. According to TK-CBS News, it's been nearly 5 years since Dallas rapper Mo3, whose real name was Melvin Noble, was shot and killed on Interstate 35 East. Now, one of the men accused of his death is expected to face a jury this fall. Devin Maurice Brown, officially indicted for murder back in 2021, is facing federal charges, including capital murder. According to an indictment filed in March, prosecutors allege Brown was paid to kill Mo3. And that person behind the payout was fellow Dallas rapper Yella Beezy, whose real name is Marquise Conway. If I remember correctly, chat, keep me honest, some of the ties that they had to alleging Yella Beezy paid this man was the cash withdrawals he did from the bank around the time of the shooting, right? And then remember, this alleged shooter, they had a lot of discussion and revelations around his paperwork. Like, why is his indictment kind of delayed and all this type of stuff? People are feeling like he's the one that's telling and he's the one that really put Yella Beezy in it. Well, all that stuff is going to come out in trial. And dude even did interviews from jail. Remember? Dude did interviews, the alleged shooter, you know, claiming his innocence and saying that he was in there for something totally unrelated. And then they pulled up his paperwork and they was like, why are you saying you're in here for something totally unrelated? We're looking at paperwork involving you and Mo3. Charges. Like, what are you talking about? Like, very, very weird. It made me go back, though, to take a look at what's going on with Yella Beezy. Now, mind you, or remember, people, Yella Beezy is he's out on bail. I think it's house arrest, but he's out on bail. This was an old article. Yella Beezy denied bond adjustment in murder case, can't attend son's football game. This was a report back in April. All right. So Yella Beezy had his motion to modify his bond in his ongoing capital murder case denied in court this week, effectively keeping the star rapper under house arrest until further notice. So house arrest. Diddy, you know, he was slapping some women around and throwing baby oil in all directions and flying in male prostitutes to watch them fuck on his girlfriends. They made his ass sitting there, right? And then even after they hit him with, they found him guilty of just a prostitution transportation man act charge. He said, "Yo, I got $1 million for you. My plane, my private jet ain't even accessible to me. Just let me move around in Miami and New York, please." They said, "Nope, sit there till sentencing." Yella Beezy is here on a murder for hire, and he's got his feet up at home doing house arrest. I don't know why that was relevant for me for a second. It's just a profile of Diddy. I know I'm joking. I'm being sarcastic, but TMZ Hip Hop obtained court documents filed this week in Dallas County, Texas, that outline the shutdown. So Yella Beezy filed a petition back in March seeking permission from the court to be able to leave the house solely for the purpose of attending his minor son's football games, a measure that would ensure continued family engagement and stability. Okay. On Friday, both sides were present in court where YB and his motion was denied. Beezy first posted $750,000 bond and was released from custody on March 28th. He stands accused of orchestrating the 2020 murder of rival Dallas rapper Mo3. Now, here was video footage of the alleged shooter already incarcerated. Keywan White, the hitman Dallas rapper Yella Beezy, is accused of hiring in Mo3's murder, says he'll be home soon during live from prison. Well, we about to see. That nigga's
like, look. That nigga's like, bro. Because niggas don't know how to act. Free my fucking guys, man. What we doing in this bitch? I've been home soon, for real, no cap. You see this shit? Put that in. We back? On this hoe. We back? Yeah, we definitely back. Oh, put a little team, man. Them niggas thought we can. Them niggas thought we can't go get their. Oh, there you go, bitch. There you go. I don't know which one they talking about. It's two dark skinned niggas. I don't know which one you talking about. Which one you talking about? Oh, my best friend say which one said good morning this morning. Which one you talking about? I said top of the morning. There's two dark skinned niggas. What it is? I said top of the morning early. Early, I did say top of the morning. It's two dark skinned niggas. Speak.
Passing around. They are on Instagram Live. They're trying to bring themselves charges right there alone, right? Jail contraband and devices that you might not supposed to be in possession of. You're just putting charges on yourself right there. And we saw in yesterday's paperwork that we read, different scenario, that it was for Takeoff, right? A lot of his stuff that he was getting hit with, he ended up getting ran concurrent. But the charge that he took in jail, though, they ran that consecutive, right? So I wonder if that's common. Like the charges that you catch inside jail, it's just like, no. There's not going to be any concurrent type of judgment for shit like that. If you're in here for a year and then while you're in here, you do some dumb shit, we're going to just make you sit here longer. We hear that happen all the fucking time. But anyway, I'm not even on the self-incriminating shit from that video. I'm not even on that. Point being, this whole situation with Yella Beezy, we haven't even seen him put out music. I haven't seen him on the scene. I haven't seen him on social media. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I don't know. There's a part of me that feels like if you have this going on and you were given bail, even if you're on house arrest, putting out music while you're home, can it help? Can it help your perception? You know, unless you're rapping about some stupid shit, but obviously earning money while you're still there and you got all these lawyer fees and this case to fight, and you still got your regular family and your regular bills going on, right? Nobody thinks that Yella Beezy was sitting on $1 billion right before he got home confinement. So I'm surprised. We normally see people do a lot of work before they face trial. Tupac or Lil Wayne. We see people, the Lil Waynes of the world, they were reportedly recording hundreds and hundreds of songs before they had to go in and serve their time. I haven't heard shit from Yella Beezy. Nothing at all. But chat, let's do it. I know we skipped the last one because it felt really easy. This guy, the self-incriminate, TR Trizzy, whatever, the UK rapper. Let's do it here for him, for Yella Beezy. November is trial starting. Guilty, not guilty, trial. Chat, what you got? What you got, chat? I see somebody said he got a fire song that was put out. Okay, I didn't catch that. All right, cool. Yeah, chat says he got a fire song called The One. Okay. All right, so I guess he is working a little bit. All right, first verdict then is guilty. We got a trial here. We got a guilty from Between TV Rounds. We got a guilty. Our member Jonathan Muddy Hand says trial. From the chat, Ryan says guilty. Our member Penn Griffey says guilty. Long live Mo 3. I got Major League. Our member says trial unless he admit. Our member Bearded Brick says trial. I got a guilty in life. Nikita from our chat says trial. Our member Big Yellow 317 says trial. Okay. Our member What Good says trial. Our member Cotton says trial. Our member Meathead the God says guilty. Okay, so and I'll take this last one from a chat. Nike Check says trial. I haven't seen a single not guilty. Didn't see a single not guilty coming from the chat. All right. If you ask me, I'm trying to think back to when we was covering this, when he initially got arrested and charged with this shit. The reason why I'm going to go guilty is because remember those videos that we were doing, those lives that we were doing, people? There was a lot of self-incriminating and damn near self-omitting stuff that he was saying and doing in his songs, in his social media. Now, just like Little Dirk, right? They're going to come with a million reasons if you got good representation and good lawyers as to, oh, no, that song was, with the no screaming. That's fan made. And when I said this lyric, that's not what it meant. Or I never, that song is totally, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's going to try to put a spin on their self-incrimination. And a good lawyer is going to get you off like Diddy. A lot of your maybe. But it was a lot of shit that Yella Beezy did after Mo 3 passed, did and said. It's that clout thing. It's that clout chasing. It's that self-snitching. Y'all see it in the thumbnail, right? And for that, I'm going to say that's a very uphill battle. So if you make me choose right now, even before we get to see more details come out, I'm going to say guilty. And those transactions around I think that was enough, obviously, for the grand jury. The transactions and the withdrawing of the alleged hit money and all that type of stuff. I think he's got an extreme uphill battle. I'm going to say guilty. But nobody in here got a not guilty. So that's odd. It's odd for everybody to see half of the votes be trial, but not see a single not guilty. Because to me, to see that many people want to see trial, but not a single not guilty. If I would have saw more not guilties, that's got me feeling like, all right, y'all feel like maybe he has no involvement in this. He has nothing to do with it. He's just caught up on some bullshit. Free Big Yella. Nobody thinks that, but y'all want to see trial before you make a decision? That's an odd one, y'all. Y'all good, though. All right. Let's leave the Yella Beezy one alone. Let's jump to something a little bit more lighthearted. Do you care, people? Is it still a thing to you? LeBron James allegedly trolling Drake when Not Like Us comes on. I'm not going to play too much of it because of the music, of course, but as his wife Savannah next to him. Now look at the dude in the hat. He's chilling like, yeah, we've all heard this song a million times, but LeBron James is dancing like he's at the concert. The shades on, Savannah. They say it reports she hit the minor with emphasis. I mean, we see LeBron. Damn, what was that? The while he punching in the air and everything. He's at the show right now. Kendrick is on stage right now. Nah, come on, people. Like, who are we kidding? Let's not be naive. This is LeBron James saying petty levels activated. That's clearly what it is. All right. I don't know if you're ever gonna get a direct LeBron James response to Drake, unless a couple years from now he sits down in some interview, some tell-all, and Drake comes up, and he probably even then he'll give us some politically correct answer, right? But do we really expect LeBron James to do some type of social media post or some interview right now saying, yeah, fuck Drake or that stupid ass Fighting Irish song, and you out there trying to talk about I'm cheating on Savannah and you and academics could eat a dick? But like, no, LeBron ain't gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is his response. This is clear. It feels like he even knows he's being recorded. I mean, if you're LeBron James, you live in this type of limelight for what, 20 years at this point? You know, every single step that you take is a camera. Everybody knows when you are there. Everybody knows when you arrive. Everybody knows when you leave. Everywhere, every engagement. And this is a function with a million cameras around. When this song comes on and you dance this heavy as if it's your first time hearing it, this is his response. It's petty as shit, but it makes sense. It makes sense. And Drake is so heartbroken. And LeBron is probably also in his mind thinking, oh, you want to cover up my tattoo, huh, bitch? Fuck you and SGA. Say, Drake. I hear you like him. Yo, at least y'all agree with me. Shout out to Sniper in the chat saying facts, right? Oh, look at Sports Live in the chat saying Savannah enjoyed the A minor part. I'm dead serious, B. I'm dead serious, man. This is a clear one. And I'm keeping it about LeBron. Savannah might be in on it too. This is clearly on purpose. She might be in on it too. What is this one from the chat? Peg Griffey says Drake should catch an L for getting a grown man tatted on him. Oh, we did that one the other day. Not only did you get a grown man tatted on you, but then you covered it with another basketball player. It's just like, didn't you listen to us the first time? What? We ain't gonna hop on this one. This is his way of responding. Clear shot, petty activated. And I'm over the LeBron and Drake shit, but somehow I'm still here for it. Fuck it. Somehow. All right, let's move on. Oh, for me, I'm not gonna call this pocket watching at all. This is not pocket watching for me. This is congratulations. This is incredible to see. Did y'all see this yesterday going around? The Joe Budden Podcast Network on pace to earn over $20 million in revenue this year, according to the New York Times. I don't even know some of the people in this picture here. It's got a lot of people that are, I guess, familiar faces and revolving guests, and sometimes even revolving hosts. I mean, that's dope. All right, what do we got here? This is posted by Black Millionaires Instagram channel. Joe Budden Network proves power of independent Black media. The Joe Budden Podcast Network is on track to bring in over $20 million in revenue this year, a major win for independent creators. Joe Budden, a former rapper turned podcaster, has built his network over 10 years with 800 plus episodes. Despite a brief partnership with Spotify, the network now runs fully independently, managing everything from its ad sales to production without help from big media companies. With 70,000 people, 70,000 Patreon subscribers. Hold on. Let's see if I can find that real quick. How much does Joe Budden Podcast charge for a Patreon subscription? Let's see if we can find that real quick. How much y'all charging for a Patreon subscription? All right, it says Homies is $5 a month, one bonus video podcast per month, ad-free video episodes, access to the Discord chat community. Family gets $10 a month. Friend of the show is $25 a month. So he's got 3 different brackets. I'm just going to use the smallest one, right? That's the easiest way to baseline. I ain't trying to be a math genius real quick. 70,000 times 5 equals what? Equals what? Some of y'all could do that in your mind right now. It's all good. Y'all got it. $350,000. That's a month. $350,000 from just the $5 Patreon bracket. What is 350 times 350,000 whatever times 12? 4.2 million. So 4.2 million from this a year from the smallest subscription bucket. Dare I do that same thing that I just did on the side with the 25, or even take the middle of everything, like 10 or 15, right? Ouch. Because 15 is obviously more double than 5. So then you start turning that 4.2 into 8.4, right? And that's just the middle. We did the small. That's the middle. This is all before we start talking about ad revenue, shows, sponsors, YouTube advertisements, YouTube revenue, whatever else he's got going on, anything else that is tied to revenue avenues of the Joe Budden podcast. This is before we talk about any of that. This is incredible. Incredible. Let's keep looking at this. 800 episodes, though, 800 plus. So with 70,000 Patreon subscribers, the network is making over 1 million per month from fan contribution alone. Yeah, we pretty much just did that. It's more than 1 million. Oh, actually, well, it could be, yeah. And that is not coming from YouTube ads or merch. Oh, that's one thing that I left out: merchandise. In June alone, Budden reportedly pulled in over 900,000 from Patreon. Instead of oversaturating the show with commercials, Budden and his team cap sponsorships at 3 per episode. Yo, I'm trying to give you some money for some ads to put on your content for me, man. I'm a sponsor. I want to put the Sorry Shoot podcast ad or commercial on your joint. Sorry, we're already capped at 3 for this particular episode. You need to get in line. What? I fucking love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cap the sponsorship at 3 per show. Valuing the audience's experience. Beautiful. They also generate revenue from social media ads. That's another one. I didn't think about the social media piece. We're at like 7 lanes right now. The network supports over 30 independent contractors, including co-hosts like Queen's Flip, Mylessa Ford, Ice, Ish, Parks, and Mark Lamont Hill, who collectively earn over 1.5 million annually. That's a small collective. I ain't gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just said seven people. What is 1.5 million divided by 7? Oh, it's my first shot. It's my first shot here. Hold on. That's not bad. That's rounding close to $215,000. And so if you can, I don't know how often the Joe Budden podcast records. I forget. It's not no 7-day-a-week job, right? I don't even think it's a 5-day-a-week job. And then these people, yeah, I take it back. I thought I was going to have a call out. I don't. This is still positive to me. Also, the Queen's Flips, the Mylessa Fords, the Ices, the Ishes. Not only do they have their own negotiated one-to-one contracts, right, and deals, but if you're making $215,000 a year from that podcast, don't forget how much exposure you're getting from this podcast and how many other things you could branch into. We're going to get into the Malcolm Jamal Warner last interview with Mylessa Ford, right? Is that her podcast? Is that her platform? That could be, once again, something that she's also doing, complementing her Joe Budden podcast salary. And you could do that times 5. Same way the podcast has 5-10 different lanes of revenue. Every host could do the same thing with the viewership that they're garnering as well. I got my 215 from this. I got my own YouTube channel. I got real estate over here. Shit, like Ish, right? They got all these other, man, it's beautiful. This is beautiful. So I was about to hate on all this money going around, yet you only paying niggas $215. Nah, this works. This looks good. This looks good. Somebody from the Joe Budden podcast might watch this and be like, nigga, I deserve more. Fuck you, ARP. Currently, they're buying their own $2 million recording space in Edgewater, New Jersey. Good. So the next time Joe Budden starts sleepwalking and shit, the neighbors don't got you in court. Shot fired. But his message is clear. Stay independent, own your platform, and bet on your team. This is what Black-owned media looks like when it's done right. Man. Joe Budden, man. Just understand. You got numbers like this and success like this coming out. There's a billion averbs watching this. Be careful. Stay, Joe. But see, somebody like me, if I have legal issues, I call my lawyers. I don't have them retained, or I'm not paying my lawyers year round, like 50. Like he keeps them retained. You know, Joe Budden, you gotta have your lawyers retained. Ex-girlfriends, the girl that you spilled the drink on accidentally at the bar. The guy that Queens Flip cursed out while he was trying to merge over in the lanes in Midtown last week. The real estate property that Ish decided not to rent to you. He's gonna claim you didn't rent to me because I'm Indian, or you know, like you motherfuckers have a million averbs on your heels. Once the numbers are showing like this, like, but it's beautiful. And what really gets somebody like me is this is all stovetop. This is stovetop, people. This isn't no overnight thing. You know, the haters of the world, the averbs of the world, they'll jump out there and be like, Spotify gave this to you. Your rich father from Guyana gave this to you, you dick-sucking idiots. This is stovetop. They said 10 plus years, 800 plus episodes. It takes a lot to get here. Not all of you are built for it. Not all of you can put in that type of work. For me to do 10 years for RBE and then the whole world to think like, oh, he walked away with $20 million from Max Out 3. Even if I did, 10 years built me up to that moment. Or you could say Max Out 1, Max Out 2, Max Out, whatever you, I don't give a fuck what y'all look at. These numbers for me will never come out. Never, ever, ever, ever. But hypothetically, it's 10 years put in. A lot of losses, a lot of problems, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. That's a bar, people. That's a bar. To get to whatever you guys think is the promised land. And that's where the leeches of the world want to just come out of the shadows and try to figure out how to take it from you. You know, that's the fucked up thing, but I want to keep this particular segment positive. This is dope to see. And he made those decisions to stay independent. I think I saw reports of Spotify offering 44 million or something like that in buyout. Him keeping everything like this over time, all those streams of income, and the pure ownership of the direction and decisions and no, I only want 3 per episode on this one. It's like, damn. He says yes and no to everything. It's incredible. It's incredible. Shout out to the whole Joe Budden podcast and Joe Budden spearheading this. This is a major transition. And I said on stream before, y'all, I said, you can see with certain people that transition to this portion of their life that they are doing way better than they was in what we met them for. Gilly is making 10 times more money than he ever made when he was doing club promotions or trying to be major figures, rapping, whatnot. Same thing for Joe Budden. Joe Budden's one of my favorite rappers ever. He nowhere near made this type of, look at what he's making per month. Once upon a time, you're doing fucking DVD interviews in a plain white tee, probably waiting for the label to take him off the shelf. Nigga. You work hard, people. This is what happens. All right. Let's go to a friend of the show. Y'all know by now. For anybody new that's catching this podcast and you haven't caught on to some of our little jokes, our bars, some of our inside jokes. We got a lot of inside jokes on this podcast, y'all. If I ever say friend of the show, friend of the podcast, family to us, Kanye West or Brittany Renner, we don't mean it over here, okay? I just want to make sure for anybody that's new, or now that we're getting back into clipping these segments and people that aren't here for the live shows, it's not really a friend of the show, people. We mean opposite. But friend of the show, friend of the podcast, Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner responded after fan welcomes her back to the streets. Wow. Somebody said, we welcome you back to the streets with hard pipe. So disrespectful. But that tweaked the nerve. She felt the need to respond to this person. She said, I don't ask for permission or forgiveness, nor am I in the business of convincing. You are. That comment bothered you. I believe you when you, as far as asking permission. Forgiveness, I don't know. You got issues with your baby father, this person, that guy, whatever. Who knows? In the business of convincing, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You know, you tried to convince the whole world when you were practicing a whole different faith 2.5 weeks ago, right? While you was with Kevin Gates, right? Look at some of these comments, people. Brutal. She never left the streets. She went through an identity crisis, is what I got out of it. I don't even think it was an identity crisis. I think this comment is completely wrong. I think that she's a chameleon, and she did that based on the opportunity and the situation that was in front of her. And it took her 2.5 weeks to take all that shit off and start posting her I'm back on the market pictures and change or swap out of that daily religion as soon as her and Kevin Gates was over. It took her 2.5 weeks, right? I'll say allegedly. The way she played with them folks' religion is truly sick. Yeah, I mean, but some people will do anything to get to a bag. It's sad too, because you look up and there's a lot of people that actually win and get to places that you and I never get to just from sacrificing who they are. And it makes some of these young people out here decide and make decisions like, damn, should I play by these rules and these morals and these principles that my parents taught me? Or should I say fuck it and just hoe up? Should I just start throwing pussy everywhere? Should I just start selling it? Should I just get on Backpage or on Instagram and just start showing? Should I just go get this BBL? You know what I'm saying? Start showing ass all over the place and just wait for the right person to slide in my DM. And boom, got him. You know what I'm saying? Get pregnant by the right guy and I'm set. That's the new job. Fuck it. Should I just go that route? My mother and my father's teaching me all this other shit. That's a waste of my time. All this school and get on the stovetop and take 10 years to finally earn and turn up and build my career or build a business. Fuck all that. I'm getting this BBL. I'm getting on Instagram, and one of you thirsty, stupid ass niggas finna get pregnant or get me pregnant. I mean, yeah, she was not playing with religion. That was Brittany being Brittany, in my opinion. What Jackie say? She has a drink under her hijab. Oh shit. Muslim free trial ended. Oh my goodness. A 304 gonna be a 304 at the end of the day. Oh my God. Everyone knew it was an act, but it's sad because she really could have been serious and found new life in God. Ma'am, you should want to throw up when you think about that interview. Sis took that hijab off in 2.5. I said 2.5 weeks above. I think it really was. Broke up with the bed. It took off them people's clothes. Them people's clothes is crazy. I'll leave it alone. Brittany, stop acting like that shit don't sting. It's got to be crazy to know that the whole world sees it. Like the whole world is looking at you like with these type of comments, like you took that shit off quick, didn't you? Huh? You welcome back to the streets. That's got to burn you. That damn, I'm not walking around with this mask. Like people see through my fuck shit. But the Britneys of the world are still also smart enough and resilient enough to say, okay, I got these 80 million people that see the real me. But all I need is you thirsty ass crop of niggas that's going to be the next one to get me pregnant or pick me up because look at this ass picture, or look at this twerk video, or look at my slim build, and look at my pretty dolled up face. I'm just fishing. I'm gonna catch one of you niggas. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. All right, let's get into a guilty, not guilty trial report. Teen mom leaves 2-year-old in a hot car after getting annoyed by crying during Smurfs movie. What is this? What is this? I don't know what that name is. Tripura Merrick's, is that her name? Hashtag 18 is facing child neglect charges after allegedly leaving her 2-year-old daughter alone in a hot Cadillac Escalade outside a Regal Cinema in Lake City so she could finish watching the Smurfs movie. Police say Merrick's acted like it wasn't a big deal, while her husband says she was with her husband too. While her husband says she has a history of reckless decisions when their daughter cries. Oh, not necessarily. That doesn't necessarily mean that he was there. Husband. Is this saying that she's 18 years old? Tripura Merrick's 18? Is it saying that she's 18? So 18, married and with a kid, allegedly, I'll say. Is she 18 years old? What else is in here? What's the next one? Oh, there's a report. Here's listen.
Allegedly locking her 2-year-old inside a hot car. Lake City police say Tapora Merrick's took her child and younger siblings to the movie Saturday, but when her 2-year-old toddler became disruptive, investigators say she took the child out of the theater and put her in the car. Action News Jack's Madison Foglio is live in Lake City. And Madison, that mom is now charged with child neglect.
And Tanika, it's important to remember that over the weekend, as Mike Bursch has been reporting on, we were under a severe heat advisory in Northeast Florida. And one mother I spoke to got visibly emotional when I told her what happened.
It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Who does something like that?
This is Lake City resident Debbie Spencer's reaction after learning that a mother allegedly left her 2-year-old child inside a hot car. 18-year-old Tapora Merrick's was arrested by the Lake City Police Department and charged with child neglect. Action News Jax obtained a copy of Merrick's arrest report, which lays out what police say happened.
18-year-old mother facing charges for allegedly locking her 2-year-old inside a hot car.
All right, so she had some of her siblings with her as well. 18. I'm going to go based on this post and say that we believe she's 18 years old. I'm not going to give her an excuse. Right. If you are an 18-year-old mother, you're damn sure not the most mature, not the most worldly. Very stupid decision, unmotherly. You could have hurt or even worse, that child. I don't want to give no 18-year-old no like, well, she's learned. I can't do that. I just can't do it. Her husband says she has a reckless pattern of this type of decision making. Raising a child. I've always had the position that every milestone a child hits, you get a piece of your life back. Hear me out, parents in the chat. What do I mean by that when I say every milestone you get a piece of your life back? Okay, so you have a newborn, right? You gotta I'll use a mother. You might even breastfeed, right? You gotta stop what you're doing. You gotta breastfeed. Let's get to another milestone. Oh, wait, you got to feed or the bottle of breastfeed. Then you got to hold over your shoulder. You got to burp. Then you got to coddle. You got to maybe put to sleep. That within itself could be 45 minutes every time out, maybe even longer, right? The feeding, the burping, then the putting down, right? You can get to another milestone of even when a baby can sit up straight on their own because their spines and their necks and all that. Even being able to sit up is a milestone because it gives you back certain conveniences. It makes things easier on you, right? What's another milestone? When they're able to feed themselves. Oh my God. When you don't have to feed them, right? When you could just sit them in a baby chair with a bib on and put a plate of fucking food in front of them and give them a little spoon. Like, shit, now I don't got to sit there and stop. I can still wash the dishes over here while I'm watching you eat. That's a milestone. I see you walking in the chat. I'm getting there. That's a milestone. What's another one before we get to walking? How about changing diapers? you're cleaning up, literally pissing shit because that's your baby until they can start using the potty and whatnot, right? The walking is big. Getting in and out of cars with children is a lot. Right? Like when you got to go to the supermarket and this baby is one. You got to get out back and pick up and put in the stroller, get the stroller out of the trunk maybe, and then it's a whole process. You don't just get to get out the car, turn off the key, lock your car, and go. It's a lot. How about just leaving the house? Like if it's cold where you live, you gotta bundle this. It's a lot. Every milestone you get some of your life back. Why do I phrase it like that? Of every milestone you get some of your life back. Why? Because the whole thing about raising an infant to a baby to a child to a teen, it's sacrifice. All of it. It's no longer about you. It's about that little boy or that little girl. It's about that child or those children. Sacrifice. Your life is over as far as top priority. That's what you have to do. That's your mental. That's your decision. The moment you say, all right, this is my son and my daughter, you are not number one anymore. You have to sacrifice. Okay. Now, movie theaters is one of those little luxuries and conveniences, your little entertainments. We all deserve to go catch a flick every now and then. Nothing wrong with it, right? But maybe that baby isn't ready for it yet. And then you got babies that mature at different paces, some you put on a plane right now, and you see that baby behind you, and you're just like, fuck, my fucking shit is ruined. Other babies are calm and they ready for that. And some you get to a point where it's just like, I know this, even from an attention standpoint, right? Certain babies or kids, they get to certain points where they just can't sit still long enough, right? So making them sit still, even though it's the Smurfs playing, maybe they're just like, I gotta move, I gotta run, I gotta walk, right? They may not be ready for that theater. They may not. It doesn't mean fuck that. I need to be number one now so I can watch the Smurfs here with my younger siblings, and fuck it, just put this 2-year-old in the car. Because it's no longer about you, the most responsible thing to do is, number one, realize whether that child is ready for a movie or not. And if they're not, a movie theater. And if they're not ready for a movie theater, right? And you make the mistake of bringing them to that movie theater, and you realize like, damn, the baby just won't quit crying, or this isn't going to work and I'm disrupting the whole theater, then y'all got to fucking leave. Y'all got to leave. Not just drop this little baby in a fucking car and say we'll be back in an hour and a half. Go ahead, chat. Guilty, not guilty, or trial. And it's funny, too, on yesterday's stream, what did I talk about? Charges related to neglect. This one hits that spot on. I mean, did we really need to do it? Guilty, 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 no debate, guilty. Yeah, there better not be a fucking not guilty in here. If somebody wants to see a trial, you know, I won't be mad at you. If you put a not guilty in here, we're gonna ban you. No, freedom of speech in this chat. I'm being sarcastic, but all right, good. Let's move on from this. I ain't gonna snap. Let's move on from this woman. Before we get to our final topic of the stream, I want to scroll all the way up to the top of the chat. Is that still in my chat? Can I get all the way to the top, StreamYard? Oh, good. You do let me get all the way back to the top. Good. I want to give a quick shout out to the members that were here 6 a.m. I know I start a lot of streams shouting out the members as soon as the stream cuts on. The issue with that is I want to try not to have streams where we're spending 4 or 5 minutes doing intro, or we're spending 4 or 5 minutes before we get to the first topic. I really need to be less than a minute, right? Because some people, I gotta make sure that this is appealing to everybody, as many people as possible. And I know our good mornings and our socializing and the way we rock over here more like a community. And we're going to expand because YouTube deployed communities and we're going to start using that. I got to start promoting that. I'm going to break that down in the stream. Maybe this weekend or something. We'll talk about how we're going to get over there as well. But anyway, the community that we have here, I know it's good to be interpersonal. Hey, this is what I had going on last weekend. This is what I'm doing tonight. Superman was good. Jurassic Park was trash. And I just went through this with my main new water line the other day. Like, it's cool that we built up that type of, you know what I mean, vibe over here. But there's also a crop of people that cut this shit on at 6 a.m. and they're like, yo, what's the news? I'm on my way to work. What's the fucking news? So I got to balance it. And so I'm always going to be interactive with and rock with my chat and my members and my mods. But I just can't start the streams like that all the time. Okay. So I'm all the way back at the top. 6 a.m., man. Big Yella 317 was in the building. Green team. I need us to decide on that too. Is the members going to be green team, team green, or gang green? We need to decide on that. We need to figure that out. I got my member. Is it John A. Wade 504? Good morning, ARP. We up. Let's get it. Salute. We got our member in my J here, as always. We got Deuce S, our member here in the building. He also has hashtag here before ARP. Yeah. If the stream wasn't on, Yen, you beat me. You got it. I'll give you that. Jay reminding everybody to like, comment, and definitely subscribe, etc. on your way in. Don't forget, we got the Spotify. That link is in the description. What else? We got Deuce. I got Deuce. He said, good morning to everybody. I got Sniper. Says, good morning, everyone. We got Jonathan Muddy Hands. Good morning, everyone. Who else am I missing? Cotton was here early on when we started. Meathead the guy says, salute ARP 100. Likewise, G. Money Machine Mont said, morning, kings and queens. Mikey Marcel. So I'm just going to be calling you Mikey from now on. I hate when I mess up people's last names. Our member says, greetings and salutations, top of the top. I think I got Sniper already. I got Muddy already. I see, of course, Between Rounds TV. I see Mr. King, our member, is here. Kamisha, what's up, girl? Good morning. You tried it. Ahmad is here. Oh, we was heavy this morning. BK Stunner 217. We was heavy at 6 a.m. Y'all was ready to go. KXY Not is here. Shout out to the homie KX. He be throwing a lot of the memberships around. I think I got pretty much everybody around the 6 a.m. when the stream started. I think I got everybody. Okay. Oh, wait, I see one more that I think was real early. I see the homie, Mr. Halliburton, here too. Good morning, homie. Good morning. And I don't think I missed any. I did. Shout out to Don Bean shooting a gift out on the channel. Okay. All right. So expect me to do those type of I might even go to some of the mid chats as well. This was going up to around the 6 a.m. I might even do some of the mid chats. I'm also, people don't think that I don't fuck with the general chat. I fuck with the general chat. Like if I scroll down right now, shout out to Sean Sims. Oh, Q is here. Ahmad Q is in the building. What's up, girl? Chase. I know this is people that came on later on. Chase TV. Our members in the building. What's good, Ed? Says, I keep hearing Superman got beat up the whole movie. That's not true. And even if he did, I wouldn't mind. But Kabul says over 200 people in here. He only see you people like you just got caught. You just got fucking caught. Because I literally just said, and I don't just do just the members, right? Let me come to the general chat too. And I scroll up, and one of the people that's not a members hit me with this. Apologize. Shout out to Kamal. You only shout out the members. I'm here every live. Check the stats. Thank you for being here every live, homie. I appreciate you. People. The members have the member symbol and their names are green in here. So they stand out. So, and then of course the members are giving an even heavier contribution to the movement, right? So me prioritizing them would make sense. Like let's be 1,000, okay? I fuck with the entire chat though. I take questions from the regular chat. Some of y'all send supers. I've done half an hour topics off of some of the general chats, comments or supers or questions. I rock with the entire chat, people. It's just that the members are you know, they stand out, they have priority. That's just as honest as I can keep it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I fuck with the whole chat. I was trying to scroll up and shout some of you guys out too until you said that shit. Finally made a live stream. Salute, homie. One of our members, Billy X Bones, says, "Sup, ARP? What's good, G? What about the green regime or regimen or regime? Pen Griffin we saw earlier. It be days I turned it on and closed my eyes back. Wake y'all asses up. Okay, let's get to the last topic. All right. I also see my bad. HLS and G says, "What's good, gang? We here. All right, let's get to the last topic. What was the last topic again? Oh yeah, okay, cool. All right. Malcolm Jamal Warner talks his legacy in one of his final interviews. Now, before we even get to the clip, people, what's ironic about this was if you see the clip that was in our stream yesterday about Mylessa Ford catching hell because shortly after the news started breaking on the internet that Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away, her interview, the title on YouTube was updated to his final interview. And the discussion started. Is what she did wrong? Vlad does it a lot as well. The moment a rapper passes away, that title gets updated. And, you know, last interview, that type of stuff. Go to yesterday's live. You can hear my take on that. Okay. But the relevance here is bugged out because now people are even pulling from that interview in a commemoration way. Look at this. Malcolm Jamal Warner talks his legacy in one of his final interviews. And I'm gonna play it to give respect to him talking about legacy now that he passed away. So once again, if you want to hear my take about Mylessa Ford and Vlad's controversy, check that out on yesterday's stream. Also, let me give a quick shout out to Melly. I see you here in the building, girl. How you been? Good to see you. All right, let's check this out.
Life, it's fragile, and in the blink of an eye,
You never know.
you never know. So speaking of legacy, what do you hope that your legacy is going to be? It's a tough question, huh?
Yeah, especially
Kids help with the
because
legacy question, right?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, and because I'm 54, I think about that a lot.
Mhm.
So it's interesting. I remember my mother said to me one time that Mr. Cosby gave you immortality,
Facts. That is very true.
right?
Mhm.
So I know on one lane, there's legacy there, but also because my life, those former years were always about life beyond Cosby,
Mhm.
right? So I feel like, okay, there's that legacy there, but then because I've had this full life, after that show, there's another lane of legacy that I get to leave, and I'm still working through that. There is part of me that I will be able to leave this earth, knowing and people knowing that I was a good person.
Mhm.
And I talked to my dad, I talked to him yesterday, and what he said to me often, people love you and people are always talking about, your career and your success and all of that.
Mhm.
He said, but what really makes me the most proud is that you are a good person.
Mhm.
And I heard it from my dad.
That's wonderful.
But I'm a good person because my dad's a good person. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It is possible to walk through this world, and with all of the darkness in the world, it is possible to maintain your soul
Mhm.
and be a good person.
It is. It definitely is.
That was dope.
Life, it's
That was dope. Once again, rest in peace and condolences to the man's family. That was dope. Speaking on, his legacy from the Cosby Show, that happens to a lot of people. because they're either only known for one thing or they're so heavily known for something that it heavily trumps a lot of the other great stuff that they've done as well, right? I would love for the Sorry It's True podcast to trump how you guys know me from RBE. That means that we've had the impact in the podcast world that we've had in the battle rap world. And in the battle rap world, we're one of the best platforms in battle rap history. So I would love to, but it's not going to be easy for me to do. So there's going to be people here that's always going to say, that's ARP, the RBE league owner, B. And that's cool. I love that legacy. I'm totally fine with that. Let's look around. What do I got? Not Keanu Reeves. He's done too much, but I'm pretty sure when Keanu Reeves walks down the street, some people call him John Wick, or some people be like, hey, Neo, you know, you're so heavily tied to something. Who else? Chris Rock joked about it at times of like breaking away from just people looking at him like Pookie, right? And then he went on to have other big movie roles and stand-up comedy shows and all this type of stuff. And then he breaks out of that. But there's a time when you see him on the street and you only call him Pookie. Bubbles from The Wire. I made that mistake. I'm pointing at the picture over here, but you guys know it's there. I seen him on the street in Midtown Manhattan one time, and I was like, yo, Bubbles. And I don't know his real name, so I don't want to say that I was wrong for that. You know. Who else is their legacy? I mean, you guys get the point. There's people that just their legacy is so strong from that. But for him to have that humility and understand that, and then say there's other things that I've gone on to do, but then even supersede all of that and say just being a good person is what I want my legacy to be. And I learned that from my father. You know, that's beautiful, and it makes this interview with him and Mylessa Ford that much more important. So, Mylessa Ford, regardless of your opinions towards that change, and regardless of whatever I said in my take yesterday, I don't want to spoil it. If anybody didn't see it, go check it out. But Mylessa Ford today catches a win on social media, you know, for even asking this question from her guest. So rest in peace once again to Mr. Malcolm Jamal Warner. All right, chat. We just over an hour and 15 minutes. I think we would have even got closer to an hour if I would have left out the green team and the chat shout outs. But hope you guys is cool with me getting closer and closer to hour-long shows in the morning, right? Some of us got to get to work and whatnot. There are those days when we're doing a whole Diddy day trial update and we're here for 50 minutes on that topic alone before we get to everything else. We've done some 2 and 3 hour streams in the morning, right? And I really like to keep those to Saturdays and Sundays as much as possible, to be honest. But yeah, if we can keep landing around hour-long streams and shows Monday through Friday, I would be happy. I really would. You know, you guys know me at this point. You know I'm not cheating you. You know that I can lay on the topic for 20 minutes if I really want to. We've done a million shows like that, people. But being able to hit the news topics for y'all in a little bit more rapid succession, you know, I think that works as well. But give me y'all feedback in the comments below. PSA Reloaded in the building. Shout out to 3 says, rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's my childhood. Absolutely rest in peace to that man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to 3 in the building, man. Melly with the super says ARP 100. 100. Thank you, love. Melly's still with the beautiful default picture, y'all. All right, fellas in the chat, don't be trying to slide no DMs or nothing, all right? No, I'm joking. Y'all have y'all fun, man. We over here chilling. Oh, Bearded Brick gifted membership on the channel. Shout out to Bearded Brick. We saw the one from Don Beam that was at 705, and there's another one here from 709 from Don Beam. So hopefully folks catching the memberships, them gifts going out. All right, that's all I need from y'all in the chat today. To members, are we going to go green team, team green, or gang green? Which one? We need to answer that. Like I said, I will get back in an upcoming day and we'll talk about the community on the channel and on the podcast as well. Now that YouTube has launched that. Other than that, yeah, we out of here. Yeah, it's Wednesday. We at the middle of the week. Enjoy y'all day. Be productive. Be safe, y'all. I'll catch y'all 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We out.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.